Here we are live. I think we're live now.
I'm on a delay. Oh,
You're on a delay?
There it is.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Does it sound okay? Because I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah. Well, I heard from before because I'm on a delay.
Oh, you're on a delay. Yeah. We're live. You know, we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
It's been a couple months since we've done this.
Right.
Since we've gone live to talk about anything.
Right.
But we have so much to talk about today. I was thinking this morning when we were talking, Terry Talks Movies is here. I'm sure it's very warm there, but it's very cold here. That's why we're having a snow day chat.
That's right.
Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry. You can share some warm weather stories. Hall & Oates is here. Hello. Hall & Oates. Good morning, good afternoon, good day.
That's right.
It's a snow day here. We're having a snow day here.
We don't have that much snow, but it's very cold.
It is cold, but we were expecting some more snow today too, right? Andrew is here. Hello. Terry says it's warm and it's 3 a.m. Robert Bellissimo is here at the movies. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. We have so much to talk about today. Who knows if we'll get to it all? We probably won't, but we'll talk about other stuff.
It reminds me when you go to the grocery store and they say, "Oh, did you find everything okay?" And like the joke is like, "Yeah, I found way more than I was looking for." Right. So that's what happens in the live stream. Yeah. We have a few ideas, and then we end up talking about a lot more than we thought.
Well, we were talking about this morning that I guess because we've featured it on the vlog for the past couple of weeks, I think we're breadfluencers now because we've been talking about it, the bread that we get at the store, which happens to be just olive bread or olive oil bread, and then we got the wrong kind of bread, so we were talking about that a lot. And so if you like bread, you can follow the
bread.
People are getting the bread. People are getting that bread. It's the Wegmans bread. If you live in the U.S. and you go to Wegmans, they have a special kind of bread, the olive oil bread. What is it? The Under the Tuscan
Sun.
Under the Tuscan Sun, which originally was a movie. Well, it is a movie.
It is.
Right?
It still is. Yeah.
It still is a movie. And so they had that bread, and I guess because they had the movie title, I was interested in it. And then one week we got the wrong kind.
I think it's the vlog that's
we got
right now.
I thought there was only one kind, and now but apparently there was a couple of different kinds. By the way, if you're in the chat and you want to talk about something specific, let us know. But we've got some stuff we were going to talk about today. What were we going to talk about today?
I want to talk about this.
Oh, you want to talk about that? Yeah, 28 days later. You know, we were watching the preview this morning for 28 years later, right?
Yeah.
28 years later. And so we had this copy of 28 Days Later, which I'll show the little cover on it, but we have this copy of 28 Days Later. And then we were looking in our collection to see, do we have 28, what is it, 28 minutes later?
28 weeks later.
28 weeks, 28 days, and then 28 years, which looked pretty good, I thought. It looked pretty good. You know, we're a big fan of the zombie movies.
Right.
But it has this cover on it, which actually pulls off. I think we got this at Best Buy or something like that. And I thought it had this really unique cover on it, but really it's just this card.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the card doesn't fit in the case.
The movie addict is here. We're talking about being breadfluencers now that we have that we've been featuring bread on the
We've been vlogging for 20 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. I know. We were just realizing we were at the end of the week or at the end of the year. See, now I'm all confused with 28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later.
Weekly vlogs.
Weekly vlogs. Yeah.
We've been vlogging since the end of May.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think my beard's been growing just as long as we've been vlogging.
Yeah,
I haven't shaved it, but it is looking very holiday-ish at this point. I suppose I should just let it keep going.
Every time you're like, I'm going to cut it, and then you look at it and you trim it a little. It's like a bonsai tree.
It is like a bonsai tree, right?
You cut like 4 hairs and then you feel better about it.
And then I'm okay with it again. Well, sometimes I find one hair that's just growing all the way down here, and I'm like, well, how did that hair get there? That's,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we like the trailer for 28 years later, and I'm looking forward to that. But and we still have to finish our the Walking Dead universe, right? Because we have AMC Plus still, but we kind of stopped because we were moving all around to different
Well,
series and things like
we
that.
watched the Daryl Dixon season 1, and we liked that a lot. And we were trying to watch the other 2 short series, and we just got caught up in one of them and kind of stalled out. So I think we probably should just watch like Daryl Dixon season 2.
Dave's
and see how
Killer
we
Bread.
feel about it.
Andrew said Dave's Killer Bread.
That's a real thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, but we haven't bought it yet. Yeah.
Oh, is that at the store?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we have seen that before
We've
too.
seen it, but we haven't tried
We
it
haven't
yet.
tried that yet.
So I guess we should try it.
All right, every week now on the vlog, we can't guarantee, but maybe we'll try a different kind of bread. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Movies
No,
and bread.
I wanted to talk about 28 Days Later because
yeah.
I think it's interesting that they're coming out with a new film 28 years later, and
right.
I think that's great. But it frustrates me because 28 Days Later is not streaming anywhere, and 28 Weeks Later is on Hulu, but you can't buy I can't really find a physical copy. So they're starting like a new book, or not a new book, a new movie in the series, but collectors can't like catch up.
Yeah, I know.
And I
How are we
think
supposed
that's
to?
kind of
What are we supposed to do? Yeah. What? Yeah. It is frustrating.
So it's like I'm excited about the new movie. I want to go back and watch the other movies, and I can't buy the second. So we
You
have
can't
the
get the
first one,
second.
luckily.
Yeah, I
But
know.
you can't buy the first one. I can't.
And
buy
it's streaming
the
on
second
Hulu, and we
one.
just canceled our Hulu
Right, the
subscription
second
too, so we
one's
can't
on
watch it.
Hulu, so I have to like chase around to find them. And
You know,
so
Terry said it's Friday the 13th there. We forgot about that. It's 12/12 here, but
it's 12/13.
12/13 for Terry. This is the Friday the 13th live stream for Terry.
How's the future? Anything we should know about?
Yeah, what's happening in the future, Terry? Let us know so we can prepare for it. This live stream is probably going to be all over the place. We want to do a surprise one. Sometimes we get up in the morning and go, we should do a live stream today.
Well, you know what happens is we always say we're going to do a live stream.
And
We
then we
have
go-
all these
they
things
say
to
no.
do, and we follow all these things. And then it goes completely off the script towards the end.
Yeah.
And then that's when like it really gets fun. So then we're kind of like, let's just make it crazy and fun from the beginning.
From the beginning, all the way through, right?
Yeah. The future is warm.
The future is warm, 17 degrees Celsius, and I need a coffee. We just had some coffee today.
Can
I
you
started having, yeah, can you tell that we had some coffee? Because we got, if you've been watching the weekly vlogs, we got a new coffee maker. It's not a big deal. Honestly.
It's really not.
It's just
I mean,
coffee,
it is,
right? What
it
the
is
heck?
for us
It
because
is for us,
we
but
live a little life, but
we had yeah. But I don't know how I feel about coffee because I feel like I have one cup and then in the afternoon I need another cup and I can't have another cup. I can only have one, really.
I think after 3 days I'm hooked.
I know, but I think it's the creamer a lot of times. Like we got different kinds of. You think it's the?
caffeine.
You think it's the?
I
No,
have
it's
a
the
theory. I have a theory that coffee is addictive without the caffeine. I think that the plant is just inherently addictive.
The plant is, yeah.
Because I've
Mhm.
had decaf coffee and it still makes me want.
But
more
I
cup
think
of
when we
coffee.
go to Dunkin' Donuts, you were saying even if you get a decaf, there's regular coffee all around. I think they slip some in there.
There's no guarantee that
There's no guarantee you're
going
gonna
to
get some.
Is what I get.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of that is about the sweetener because especially when they had like the pumpkin spice
Oh,
stuff
my
or whatever,
goodness.
there's all the sweetener. Wow. So, but I love the new coffee maker. But then yesterday we skipped coffee just to see if we could do it.
And I was tired all day.
I was tired all day too. Yeah.
all
So
day.
clearly we need coffee
And
all
then
the time.
by noon I was like, I could have a coffee, but I really shouldn't.
Yeah. But hello everybody. Terry said I drink espresso. No complications there. Yeah, that espresso. I'm not sure I could handle that. I think
But isn't it like 4 sips and you're done?
I think it probably is, but I'm not sure I can handle. Like I'm already. It's probably because of the live stream, but I'm already kind of sweating a little bit today, even though it's freezing outside.
It's like
but-
6 degrees
but
outside.
I'd have to try it. I think probably I've tried an espresso one
Oh my
time.
goodness.
What is it? Snowing?
It feels like 2 degrees Fahrenheit outside. What is that? What
Yeah,
is that
Terry. I hope
Celsius?
you're enjoying the warm weather because it feels like 2 degrees here.
Well, let's see. It's 2
2
degrees
degrees.
Fahrenheit, which is negative 16 Celsius right now.
Negative. What is it? Negative 16
Negative 16
Celsius. Oh
So it's
boy.
17 Celsius for Terry, and it's negative 16
Negative
Celsius
16
for us.
for us. Oh boy, that's the Friday the 13th for you right there.
And it's only Thursday for us.
Yeah. By the way, if you get a chance to, if you're watching this later or even now, you could check out Terry's channel, Terry Talks Movies. I love his channel. I think it's great. He does live streams. He talks about new releases. He has very creative I love how Terry releases also the thumbnail usually before his Saturday videos. And, you know, it's really interesting to see that. And he has very creative topics. So check out Terry Talks Movies. Really, really great. And Robert Bellismo has a channel also. You can check out his channel too. And feel free to let us know what you're doing in the chat. This is a surprise live stream, and I don't even know what we were talking about. We're talking about coffee. I wanted to talk. What's that?
We're talking about the weather. It's very
the
cold.
weather. Yeah, we're talking about the weather.
Terry says the coldest it's ever been is -8 Celsius. I think the coldest we've ever had
-8
is negative 28 Celsius.
-28 is the coldest we've had. Yeah. 28 days later, we covered that.
Yeah.
We have a to-do pile over here and a done pile. This is going in the done pile that we talked about it already. Right?
To do and to done.
To do and to done. Terry rocks, yes. And also Robert does too. Robert has a great channel on YouTube. Definitely check that out. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the things you do when it's cold outside.
That's right.
I watch a lot more. I mean, we're watching YouTube all the time usually, but I watch a lot more when it's colder out. I can't go outside as much.
Well, we typically watch YouTube in the morning, and then we watch Friends for lunch.
We're watching Friends. Yeah, that's right.
We're almost done with Friends.
What should we watch? That's the other question we had for the live stream today too. What should we watch next? We're watching Friends. You know, sometimes I need something a little bit light. If I'm watching serious films, I need something lighter to watch later in the evening.
But we can't watch The Office for meals because it's too.
We can't watch The Office because I can't if I'm eating a meal or something like that,
You choke.
I choke. That's you don't want that. So you can't. I'm laughing so much that I can't. But right. Friends is, Friends. I mean, we've been through 10 seasons of Friends. I think almost.
Yeah, almost.
We have a few episodes left.
5, 6 episodes left.
Anthony says, "Good afternoon from Birmingham, UK. 7 Celsius here at the moment. We really need to get back to the UK. I keep." Every time
I've never been. I've never been.
I was in the UK in the late 90s, if you can believe it. The late 90s, if you can believe it.
A long time
ago. The late 90s. And I really had a good time, but I was there on business, and so I didn't really have a chance to explore the city a little bit more. But I would love to go back there. That's on my bucket list, my very short bucket list of places I would like to go, because I think we would have a great time. I think there was a comment too about HMV, which is a store, I think, in the UK that has movies and music and things like that. I would love to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would we stay? I guess.
I think maybe someone can answer in the, maybe Anthony, you could tell us a good place to stay.
Because we would go to, we would probably go to London, right?
We would go to London. I think we would do.
Or we would go somewhere else, someone else I watch, they go to Leeds. Is that more of a main city or something?
Maybe. I mean, when I went, I stayed at a little castle in Swindon. Mm-hmm. If anybody
fancy.
Stay at Buckingham Palace. That's what Hall & Oates said. I don't think we can stay. I don't think they have rooms there. But
there's room at the end.
There's no room there for that. The Movie Addict said, "My copy of Laurel and Hardy Year 2 came in." Isn't that great? Isn't that a great set? I just love that set. I think it's amazing. I think Flickr Alley is doing some great work with their, restorations of the.
I have to say that I am not a silent film fan. I don't dislike them. It's just not where I go if I want to watch a film.
Yeah. And
I really liked Year 2 a lot.
I thought it was really good.
I was like, you were like, oh, I'm going to watch a little bit of this. I'm like, okay, that's nice. And I'm going to do whatever I do. And then it was like, oh my gosh,
it was really funny.
It's really funny. I just love how clear it is. It looks like a new film that's been, effects have been added to it. It looks really kind of modern to me. Yeah,
they combine elements for it. I love the music in that set too. The Movie Addict also, I don't know if you watched the whole thing or if you started to watch it, but the first film in there's a great scene too where Laurel and Hardy are just laughing, it seems like, for 5 or 10 minutes.
In the car? Is that
when they were in the car, but it's just infectious the way they have, and I just imagine how how that was filmed, because
Yeah.
they just had to laugh and laugh and laugh, and you just want to laugh along with them. I mean, that's the
Right.
part of the charm of
Yeah.
the movies.
I thought
But I
it
mean,
was
so well
really
done.
interesting too because we're watching Friends, and it's the first time we watched Friends from beginning to end together.
Yeah,
And in the beginning of the series, Chandler has a Laurel and Hardy poster on his wall in the apartment.
it's the same poster as they have. Yeah,
it's the first
episode
short
where they go
or
to the
first
dentist.
film,
Yeah,
on year 2. So I thought that was really cool that like
that is cool. Yeah. Anthony said Leeds is quite a cosmopolitan city these days, worth visiting. Near York as well. That really helps. When I went, I only had a day off, and I did a tour of London, which I really enjoyed. But I would love to do that again, just to see all the sites and all the history and everything like that. And then I went to Harrods.
Oh yeah.
And Harrods was, I just remember it being like this, it was just, which I'm sure it still is, right? This just huge department store that's, you just have floors and floors, you're going up and down and everything like that. And it was fun. I still remember it, but it was very crowded.
So it's a department store. It's like Macy's?
It's kind of, but I mean, it's really big though.
Like,
I don't think
it's like they're within the same like general category, but they're
it's
not
in the same genre. It's in the same genre.
Yeah.
But I really like Swindon as well. I remember going to, again, this castle in Swindon, and there were a series of meetings there that I was doing.
Excuse me.
Go to Wales and visit, and I can't pronounce that, Terry, but
oh my goodness,
I think that's a real place.
If we were to go to the UK, would we go to Downton Abbey?
Can you go to Downton Abbey?
I think you can.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we could do tour of Downton Abbey. We've been watching Downton Abbey as well. Yeah, maybe we would. I don't know. I mean, I think we would. I don't know. There would be we would spend some time there. Like I said, if I only had I only had one day, so I only remember that day. And I remember I remember this is memory lane, right? I remember this castle in Swindon that I was in, and I remember I was in a room that was kind of like an attic, type of place. The movie attic. It was kind of like the movie. No, and I remember it was in the summertime, so it was very light out late at night. And I remember sitting in this big bathtub reading Shakespeare.
Oh boy.
I remember I wanted to do that, and it was a lot of fun there. So I would I'd love to go to the theater there. And just I don't know. I hope we can get there someday.
I hope so.
Yeah.
There's a question.
Was there a question? What's the best film noir set you can recommend? I'm not a big expert in film noir, but I do like and we don't have it here, but there's a Warner Archive set that has Out of the Past in it, and a few others.
What about those box sets that we haven't watched yet?
There's one of those. That's just the first one that came to mind, but I think Warner Archive does this great job. That has like 4 films in it, if you look it up. And I think Warner Archive's doing a sale right now too, from what I saw. Although people were saying that they had trouble, but if you look for the one that has like Out of the Past in it, it's the Warner Archive set.
The Dark Side of
I think those are the Kino sets, but But if you look for the Warner Archive set, there's like 4 essential films that are good. Out of the Past is really good. Hey, Corey is here also. Check out.
It has The Setup, Murder, My Sweet, Gun Crazy, and Out of the Past. Yeah,
Gun Crazy, Out of the Past. That's the set. I think that's an essential film noir set. Wilkie's Movies and Music is here. Also, check out Corey's channel too. A really, really great channel. And I know he's doing live streams with people. And one of the things I love about Corey's channel too is that he introduces people to new YouTubers that are out there. They're talking about movies, and I just love those live streams. He does other videos as well.
What about those indicator boxes?
The indicator sets too, the Columbia, like there's a Columbia set. Yeah. Lots of great noir sets. But if you're looking for a holiday gift to get, I highly recommend this. I wasn't expecting to recommend it as a holiday gift, but
I mean, I think it's a great holiday gift.
This is a great holiday gift. And, I never really talk about Columbo that much. And so I thought I would talk about Columbo a little bit today on the live stream.
Columbo a lot on live streams, but rarely in
videos. And I asked a question, I think, on the last here. This might be the thumbnail, maybe at some point. I don't know if it'll show up as that, but we already have a thumbnail anyway. but anyway, Columbo. This is the first. These are the original 7 seasons, I believe, and it's great. They're all here. All from the 70s, of course. And there's the back of that too. And there's some extra features. I wish there were more extra features. I think Kino explained why not all the extra features were included on the set, but it's a really great set. And I haven't picked up the later years. I think I'm going to pick that up probably, this holiday season. But let me know if you want to see more Columbo content. I was thinking about rewatching. I started to rewatch Columbo again, which I could watch Columbo day in and day out, as you know.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with that, but. But I was thinking about doing maybe some Columbo specific videos as I rewatch it. And this particular set has been remastered in 4K by NBC Universal. It includes the original 1968 movie of the week, Prescription Murder, which is really good, and the 1971 pilot, Ransom for a Dead Man. But there's so many great performances, so many great guest stars in the series. So let me know if you'd like to see some of that. And I might still be doing videos anyway about Columbo, but you were saying maybe I should watch some episodes for the week and then do kind of a recap.
Yeah, I thought because sometimes you like to watch like one episode a day, and then sometimes you might watch a little less. And so I was thinking about how can you watch it at the pace you want to and still make content, because you don't necessarily want to have to like watch one episode and then make a video, and then watch the next one and make a video. So there might be like weekly Columbo updates, and you might say like, oh, I watched 5 episodes this week, and here's whatever. Here are my thoughts, or I don't know. It depends. Like, do people want to watch Columbo with you, or do they just want to hear your thoughts about it as you watch it?
Is anyone interested in Columbo in general? I think would be the question. But I love Columbo, so.
I think if you talk about it, people will watch.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh.
But we've tried before to do something where like people watch with you, and that doesn't necessarily like like book club style, like movie club style, and a lot of times it doesn't really work out. So
yeah, that's true. The movie I said I should start up at Columbo University.
Oh my goodness.
Columbo University. I was thinking about doing Columbo 101, but I'm not an expert in Columbo either. That's the other thing. I just love watching. So
yeah,
but I'm not really an expert.
As you saw when you went through it the first time, there's 2 camps. There's like one that wants to know everything about it, and then there's one that doesn't want to be spoiled at all. So there's a lot of like guest stars.
It's really tricky. Yeah, it's really tricky.
Want to know like which guest stars in which episode, and they want to be surprised, and so it's hard to like know what audience.
I mean, I could just have a spoiler-free section of the video and then do the, talk about it afterwards. So people, if they haven't seen it, they could go back and watch it. Or I was thinking about doing some kind of commentary style video,
right,
where I could watch the episode, and then you could, if you were watching the episode along with me. Anyway, so lots of thoughts on there. But one question was, do you collect Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and which ones do you have? I have a few animated sets, but I can't remember now. I can't remember which ones I have.
What about those Warner ones?
We have the Warner Archive sets, but I'm not sure they're Hanna-Barbera specific, but I could be wrong on that. So that's one thing we're thinking about.
Oh, we have like the Looney Tunes ones, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have those sets, and those are really good. Anything Warner Archive, I think, is great to pick up. What's everyone doing for the holidays too? How are you in the holiday spirit? We're having trouble getting into the holiday spirit, other than getting different kinds of bread at the store and some.
Oh, that's year round.
Treats.
That's
year round. But I mean, I think recently, just having discovered the Under the Tuscan
Sun olive oil bread.
Olive oil bread. Highly recommended. We're having trouble. We haven't decorated a lot this year. Terry's okay now. He's got his. He has the espresso going.
That's good.
We don't have that complicated of a coffee machine, so we
thought about getting the Nespresso machine, but we weren't sure how.
That's a whole other level of coffee making, though, isn't it?
To handle like that much caffeine and.
But then eventually you're grinding your own beans, and then you got a whole big thing. And then it's loud, and then it's like a coffee shop in here.
Yeah.
Anyway. How do we get in the holiday spirit? This is the latest. We looked at the journal because you keep a journal of everything. We were looking at your journals today, and last year we decorated around December the 6th.
Yeah.
And what is it? December the 12th now? We haven't even,
Yeah.
we put
Well,
up some.
in 2022, we had decorated by like November 15th, and all our shopping had been done by now. We haven't decorated, nor have we shopped.
We haven't shopped either. I know. We feel like we're down to the wire now and then. It's like 10 days away or something, isn't it? It's 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, it's closer than it should be, and I should be more worried, but I'm not.
So if you have any good holiday gift ideas, Triple J is here. Hello, glad to catch your live stream while I Christmas shop. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to Christmas shop too. We're trying to holiday shop right now.
Oh no, the movie addict is sick.
Oh no, I'm actually no. Oh, I hope you recover quickly. The movie addict. I hope we're providing a little bit of entertainment for you today.
We'll try not to make you laugh too hard.
We will try not to. Let's be. We have to not too many laughs. I don't think there's too many laughs today anyway. Probably. But, PD 675 said Columbo's a great show. Another great one is Barnaby Jones. You know how much I love Barnaby Jones.
Isn't that the one you started before you started Columbo?
I know, but here's the problem with Barnaby Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the first season of Barnaby Jones, and I have the first season of Barnaby Jones on DVD, and I watched it online because there was I think on Amazon Prime or something. There was the first season.
Yeah.
I got to the second season. The quality was so bad.
I
couldn't continue watching it. But I love Barnaby Jones.
Yeah, like you watched season 1 of Barnaby Jones and you're like, oh, this is so great. And then season 2 did not look good. And then you watched Columbo.
Yeah. Well, I had to move on. The quality was not good enough. Terry said mulled wine and Die Hard should get you in the mood. Yeah, that's true. Die Hard. We were thinking about the Die Hard set too. We should watch those Die Hard movies.
Because Die Hard is like Christmas, but
Christmas adjacent.
Yeah.
Christmas light. Right. Or holiday light.
Yeah. I don't know that it would really like get me in the mood though. It's kind of like, what are we having? Like a John Wick Christmas? Like
John Wick Christmas? Maybe there should be a John Wick Christmas movie. You know what I always get, which I didn't even pull it, but I'm watching Star Trek, the original series, and I was thinking one of the reasons I love Star Trek so much is because I saw a lot of the Star Trek movies around the holidays. There's all these, these announcements that, Star Trek, the first one was released, or Star Trek, the motion picture was released in December. Right. A lot of them came out in December. That's why I get into the Star Trek movies around that time.
Yeah.
I've been getting through, I'm almost done with Star Trek, the original series. Not that I haven't seen all the episodes before, but I'm on season 3. And if you've watched Star Trek, the original series, you know that season 3 is a madcap barrel of laughs all the way through. Starting with Spock's brain.
My favorite part is that I feel like some people left, which is like usually what happens to certain shows. And so I love the props in the episodes because it's like, here's the prop where just whatever you
go
want.
for it. Yeah. Try these costumes.
Everything's so random looking.
The episode we watched last night too, which was The Way to Eden, I think, if you know that episode. Spock is playing his instrument, and he comes in and starts to jam with the musicians. He comes in and you see him coming in, and I'm like, what is going on with Spock? Why is he doing that? I mean, it's great to see.
And then the one before that, like Spock or Bones. I love like the Bones Spock tension going on.
Oh, yeah.
And Bones is like pouring brandy, and he's like, "Oh, Spock's never gonna have any." And he's like, "I'll have a drink." And they're like, "What?" I
know Spock has some brandy in that episode. I didn't expect that either.
Because he was like envious of all the paintings and all the art in the library, and so he's like, "I'm experiencing envy, and I need a drink." That
was a good episode, though. Yeah. I really like that a lot. Anthony said, I think a lot of the episodes from the later seasons of Barnaby Jones on DVD, from the later seasons of Barnaby Jones on DVD were sadly cut. Such a shame. Well, that's interesting. I love Barnaby Jones. I really would like to, maybe I should watch that again. I'm going to have to get a DVD set, I think, of that if I do. Some favorite Christmas movies. I'm glad you brought that up, PD675. We haven't have a stack here of things we wanted to see, but I want to talk about this movie because this is our favorite. This is one of our favorite movies. This is one of the first movies I think you and I shared together, which is Four Christmases. Yeah. With Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, or Wither Fork. I don't know. I was doing that for the movie addict. Oh. I was doing that for the movie addict. Witherspoon, Wither Fork. Anyway. That's right. Four Christmases. Well, I think first of all, we like this movie because every year we look it up. If you look at the cover, okay, this is our height, basically our height difference, and I don't wear heels. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. I didn't even notice the height difference here either. I guess I never, because I always focus on the fact that they're wrapped They got the
together.
Christmas wrap up,
Right.
but I never noticed that she's standing on these boxes.
Right, and she has like 3-inch heels. So
Yeah.
she's about as tall as I am, and you're about as tall as Vince Vaughn.
I think the chemistry between Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon in this movie is so good, and it's one of our favorites. We always laugh at it. We're always quoting lines from this
Oh my
movie.
gosh, it's so funny. Jon Favreau is
John
hilarious
Favreau
in
is,
it.
yeah.
He plays Vince Vaughn's brother. And
There's so many
Robert
funny-
Duvall is hilarious.
Robert Duvall is so funny in it, yeah.
Who else is in it? Mary Steenburgen, right?
Oh, that's
She's,
right, yeah.
Reese Witherspoon's mom.
Who's the Sissy Spacek is in it?
Yeah, she's
She's
Vince
hilarious.
Vaughn's
She's
mom.
hilarious when they're
Yeah.
playing that, they're playing the game.
Oh yeah,
They're playing the game all the time. It's so funny, but we're always quoting lines from it.
it.
We've seen it so many times.
It's really great. I like it because, as the title suggests, they're a couple who they always go on vacation for Christmas.
Yeah.
They don't want to see their families for Christmas. They send them the gifts and they go somewhere, but they tell their families that they're like volunteering. Like I think they say they're like inoculating babies in Burma or something, but they really go to like the Bahamas and go on vacation. And the fog in San Francisco comes in and they can't fly out. So they have to see all of their families for Christmas because they end up on the news accidentally because they're at the airport and they're stuck at the airport. So they have to go to all their family Christmases in one day. And it's just really funny. And it's funny because you get like 4 different Christmases and like each of them are like chaotic in their own way. And it just has like a nice pace because you have like some antics happen in one house and they have to go to the next one.
Yeah, and it's really, it's a great romantic comedy for the holidays, I feel like,
Yeah.
I love how, Vince Vaughn always, hopefully you're not spoiling the movie for you, but the Vince Vaughn always gets nervous in front of the news crews and everything like that. He can't really speak about it.
He can't get words
There's
together.
so many, all the families are so hilarious. It's so fun to see.
Yeah, like he said, and then we take the trips.
And then we take the trips. And then we do the trips, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Triple J said, I've never watched 4 Christmases, but trying to get my wife to, to watch with me. Definitely watch that movie. I think it's really good. I mean,
yeah.
He said, I enjoy good family Christmas movies like Hallmark movies. Have I watched any? I do have I don't really believe in guilty pleasures. Right. I don't really think that's a thing for me because I just watch what I watch and you watch what you watch. And so I don't feel bad about it. But I do like the Hallmark movies occasionally.
I think that was one of the only times we felt like the Christmas spirit was growing a little, was we put on a Hallmark movie completely on accident. I think Peacock has a Hallmark movie channel.
Was there one with William Shatner?
And we happened on the one with
William Shatner
and Christopher Lloyd.
Which I thought was great because they probably...
Really good.
Yeah, and I think in this particular one, William Shatner is on a sleigh, and I thought maybe he loves horses, it seems like. So maybe they said, hey, you can ride a horse, you do like a quick scene, you'll be the top billing on the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he was only in a couple scenes, but he got to ride around with a horse and sleigh. I'm sure he loved to do that,
Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, when we did turn on the Hallmark movies, we do get a little Christmassy.
We do, definitely, yeah. Terry said there are no guilty pleasure movies, but there are vulgar pleasure movies. Okay, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Greg said, good day, Dave and friends. Nice to catch you live. All the best from Stratford, Ontario, Canada. Hello. I'm sure you're experiencing the same level of chilly weather that we're experiencing here. Yeah. Should I say chilly? It's very cold outside. Was it 6 degrees here?
They're getting a lot more than we are.
Did you say it was negative 16 Celsius today?
Yeah.
Negative 16 degrees Celsius. We're pretty close to Canada, right?
Yeah.
Pretty close to Canada.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Ontario, Canada's weather is similar to ours today.
Very similar, yeah.
Windy, cold, snow.
Super cold, nasty. That's what Greg said.
Yeah, that's
super cold and nasty. Oh, Terry said a very Harold and Kumar Christmas is a lot of fun. Danny Trejo in a Christmas sweater will always be funny.
I don't know. Do we have that one?
I think we have a Harold and Kumar set.
We do have
on DVD.
Set,
I think we have a set,
but
I'm not.
Christmas one is in there, but maybe it is.
Some Christmas they usually get played like Deck the Hall starring Danny DeVito and Jingle All the Way. Danny DeVito was just in that episode of Friends, right?
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't he so funny in that?
Funny.
That's the thing is you're watching the last season of Friends. There are some guest stars. We always try to predict who the guest stars are going to be.
I feel like I think we maybe have a Deck the Halls. Is that
We
the
have
one with
something.
Matthew Broderick
We
and
have
Danny DeVito?
Christmas
and they,
with the
like,
Cranks, I
I
think.
don't think I've seen it, but they like get into like a decorating war. They're like
Yeah.
neighbors across the hall or across the street or something.
I'm hoping the live stream today will get us into the holiday spirit.
I mean, it's working a little bit.
It is a little bit. I mean,
I do love Jingle All the Way. I have to say, there are no guilty pleasures, but
put that cookie down.
This might give me some
Put
channel,
that cookie down.
Some channel dislike, but I happen to really like Arnold Schwarzenegger in films.
I think he's
Jingle All the
funny.
Way is one of my favorites.
Next Monday, our temperature will be up to 38 degrees. It's around 100 degrees.
Whew.
Wow.
It doesn't get that hot for us
It
anymore.
doesn't get that hot now. I think the summer it was probably maybe a couple of days in the 90s, but it was mostly high 80s, I think. I don't think we had any really hot weather. For some reason, it doesn't get I shouldn't say this right now as we're looking outside. Oh, it is snowing outside. Look at that.
Oh, that's
You can't
nice.
see it over here, but look at the live stream. That's why we said it's a snow day, chat, because it is snowing outside now.
Yeah.
Wow. We had some snow on the ground from last night, but it is now coming down.
That's nice.
Yeah. So now that it's 100 degrees for Terry,
yeah,
it's snowing over here.
Also, the thing is, like, our phones keep telling us that there's winter weather advisories and it's like, bad weather, but you look outside and like, I think
Everything's
the problem
fine.
is just it's windy and it's cold right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. It keeps telling us severe weather and then it's not that severe, right?
Yeah, but I think for other people it is.
We always look for that weather window so we can go to the store.
Well,
it's
last
like
night
collecting
we were
supplies for the.
It looked okay, but I looked it up and it was like, it feels like 27. And I was like, oh, we should stay home.
Yeah, because we didn't want to. Yeah, the roads are icy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe, I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm getting into the holiday spirit. Should we talk more about holiday movies a little bit?
Yeah.
By the way, we're gonna. So we did a little survey on the community tab for a holiday special live stream, which we're going to do a week from Saturday at 2:00 Eastern time.
Yeah.
And
so next Saturday.
It'll be like this, and maybe less or more silliness. I don't know. Depends on how much coffee we have had. But Andrew said hot chocolate time. Yeah, you're right. Hot chocolate. We haven't had a hot chocolate in a long time, have we? No. Which one did you want to talk about?
I don't know. I guess we have three.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of interviews with Billy Crystal, and we love this movie. This is more of a New Year's Eve type movie, but When Harry Met Sally is really good. And I think it's like the 35th anniversary or something like that. They were talking to Billy Crystal because he's got the new movie coming out, which he's been on a lot of the shows for. But they always ask him about his favorite lines from this movie, When Harry Met Sally. And then we have this one, which we haven't opened up yet, but maybe we'll open it up this year. The 30th anniversary edition of When Harry Met Sally. This is a Shout Factory release, but this is the one that has the new In Conversation with Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal, a new 4K scan of the original camera negative, which I don't think was the other Blu-ray doesn't have. I don't think that it has that. That's why this one is new. But and an audio commentary with Rob Reiner, Nora Ephron, and Billy Crystal, an audio commentary with Rob Reiner, How Harry Met Sally documentary. So there's a new commentary on this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this one just has the original. So that's like the new feature for this one. So, but that's one we like too, right?
Love it.
It's kind of, again, another little romantic comedy with a lot of funny lines in it, which we just quote all the time.
It ends on New Year's Eve, so sometimes we watch it then. But there's also like a great, there's like a couple of great Christmas scenes because they get the tree together, and then a different year they don't get the tree together, and it's just a good holiday. It is a good holiday
movie, yeah. Iron Man 3, Terry says, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang are great holiday movies.
Iron Man 3 is really good.
I've seen Iron Man 3.
With the Mandarin. Was it Ben Kingsley?
It's been a long time since I've seen that one. We haven't seen any. We haven't watched those movies in quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see a holiday movie that's not the not one that we always watch.
Think Iron Man 3 was like right on the edge of when you could see the Marvel movies without having to pay too much attention to the other movies. Like they kind of stood on their own with no reason.
Yeah, that's true. I was just laughing at Caveman Movies and More said, "Hey Dave, Merry Christmas to you and Mrs. Dave." Can I call you that from now on, Mrs. Dave?
Sure.
Hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to. We were watching that Dave Letterman because Dave Letterman's got a channel now, I think, on Samsung TVs or something like that. And I always watch the Dave Letterman channel because I love the Dave. I love the show. He just did an interview, I think, with GQ also, which was pretty entertaining. There's some little clips on TikTok and other places, and he said something. I don't think he said smash the like button, but he said, I forget what he said, but he said something funny about it.
Yeah.
Instead of the normal hit the like button and subscribe, like and subscribe, right?
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon is definitely a Christmas time
I haven't
movie.
Seen that one.
I like the Lethal Weapon series too. Did I? I'm going to be saying Mrs. Dave now for a while. I think I'm going to be saying Mrs. Dave for a while. Pete's Christmas is a pretty good Christmas movie I discovered a few years ago from PD675. Yeah. Serendipity is a great underrated comedy love story. I've seen I saw Serendipity a while ago. Is that the John Cusack movie? Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one. I just haven't seen that. John Cusack, has he done anything recently? I don't know. I don't know. Mrs. Dave will check on the computer.
I mean, he probably has. I just think we haven't been paying that much attention.
Maybe not, yeah.
Let's see.
I always have to check my notes, too, to see what I wanted to talk about because it's usually something random.
I mean,
what should we watch next?
He was on that show Utopia.
Utopia?
I think that's maybe like an Apple TV thing.
We don't have Apple TV.
It was an Amazon original.
Oh.
Doesn't really look like it'd be something.
Does anyone else feel like there's way too much content out there? There's no way that I could. I've really been focusing a lot more on older shows and the physical media collection that I already have because there's so much to watch out there. I couldn't get involved in a new series. Every time we turn on the TV, there's a new series out there. Look at how much snow is out there. I wish everyone could see this, but it is snowing out there.
Well, we don't have Netflix, but there is that new show on Netflix with Ted Danson that looks really good.
That looks. What's the name of that one? What's the name of that one?
It's called like The Man Inside or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Where he goes into the nursing homes and he's a detective.
Yeah.
That sounds like right up my alley, actually.
A Man on the Inside.
A Man on the Inside. Thank you, Mrs. Dave. Thank you, Mrs. Dave. Sorry to make you talk to yourself in third person. That's hilarious. Another good Christmas movie is Surviving Christmas.
Is that the one with Tim Allen? No, that's
Tim
Christmas
Allen.
with the Cranks.
Christmas with the Cranks is with Tim Allen. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
you know what I was going to say? Okay. We watched the beginning of Frosty the Snowman, the original Frosty the Snowman animated show last night, and I feel like a lot of the Christmas specials or holiday specials I watched as a kid, when I rewatch them, I really see them very differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And last night, even with Frosty the Snowman, I thought it was first of all, that it didn't seem like the audio track was synced to the character. Behind. It was a little bit behind. I know nothing's perfect, obviously. Maybe I never, that's not something I ever noticed when I was a kid.
Right. Well, I don't know because it was on network television. I don't know if it was partly like the version that they were allowed to play on network television, if it was like delayed, or if that's just the way it is.
I don't know, but I think it was very distracting, and I didn't expect, like in the beginning of Frosty the Snowman, the magician shows up at the beginning. Yeah. And then the kids learn that they can that it's a magical hat that he has that can bring Frosty to life. Right. Well, I'm so happy that it's snowing now during our snow day chat.
That's nice.
Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram too, we'll probably have some pictures up later there, which I try to show a little bit more what's happening outside on my Instagram. If you're in the chat too, if you're not following me on Letterboxd, and I have all my social media links in each of the description of the videos. But anyway, it was very distracting. It was distracting, and then I guess it was like they sing part of the song, and then they go to the credits where they sing part of the song again, I think, and then we spent way too much time with the magician for my liking. Yeah, I don't understand why. And he just seemed like, I thought Frosty was on at the beginning. I mean, I know he is on at the beginning, but
5 seconds.
Yeah, and then they have to. I forget because we turned it off, but
But I think I felt the same way about the Peanuts, like the Charlie Brown specials. Like I think they're great. I love the music. I love them dancing and stuff like that. But I always feel like they're so long. Like we tried to watch the Thanksgiving one or the
Yeah.
Great Pumpkin or something. And I'm like, this is an hour. Like I thought they
It
were
was
like
very
20
long,
minutes.
but I think there's some bonus bonus things in there.
Maybe.
I thought. The movie addict said, I watched Santa Claus Conquers the Martian. Just try to get your wife to watch that one.
Let's see. I'll look at
I know. I don't think you're going to like that one, but I could be wrong. Long Kiss Goodnight is a good action Christmas movie. I've seen that. I saw that years ago. Caveman Movies and More said, just FYI, there is a Ms. Caveman.
Oh boy.
We're thinking about doing a new setup next year, I think, where you can be on the camera a little bit more. I know you don't like to be on the camera. That's why you're not on the camera. But if we do like an office chat in the vlog or something like that, maybe we'll have a setup next year where
I mean, I'm on the
you'll be
vlog
on the
sometimes.
Sometimes you are, yeah.
But we've talked about it when we're on the live stream. I don't know how I feel about me being on camera like 100% of the time for the whole time.
True, yeah. But I mean, this is the way we've always done our live streams together. But I feel like maybe next year we'll have a new setup.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of our holiday. We've been thinking about our holiday shopping for ourselves.
Yeah. Why is it always
Does everyone shop for do you shop for yourselves around the holidays too? I feel like that should be at the top of your list. Yes, you're giving to others, of course, but
well, I always have that.
I always end up
during,
buying stuff for
Black
myself.
Friday with all the deals. Like I find the deals that I would like. I don't like. It's hard to be ahead of myself to have plans for other people to then shop a deal for something.
That's
else.
true. You know, this year we were talking about we're trying to shop around the other boutique labels or other companies
Right,
that are
like
not Amazon, right? Independent. So I was thinking about, I know Kino Lorber's doing a sale right now, so I'm adding to my cart there. Orbit DVD is one of my favorite places to order from, and I know that there was the big hurricane, I think, in that area too. So I love giving to them. And I know you're thinking about that in terms of books, right? Just to have them.
Yeah, like shopping from more independent sellers, like buying less and spending a little bit more independently than getting all the deals like on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Triple J said the two big things I'm going to keep my eyes on will be the Warner Archive, The Searchers 4K, and also the Seinfeld 4K box set. That's interesting too. I thought Friends came out in 4K. We have actually you can see it up here, right there. The Seinfeld DVD set, which we haven't opened, but we have digital copies of Seinfeld, but that looks pretty good too. I think top of my list is that Capra set, the Frank Capra set. It just looks really great. I think it was on discount, but I'm thinking about, that's on my list. I don't know if I'm going to get it this year, but
yeah.
Petey said, I saw a lot of old Christmas animation on Amazon. I think of buying Yogi's First Christmas, Casper's First Christmas, and Cabbage Patch Christmas. I haven't seen those.
I feel like I used to have a VHS of Christmas specials.
Did it have Casper's First Christmas?
No, but
Yogi's?
They had a Jetsons Christmas special.
Oh.
Where the dog eats something, and he has to have surgery, so they have to give.
That doesn't sound
Christmas
like a holiday. That's not a good holiday, right?
To save their dog.
Oh, okay.
Christmas movies are kind of depressing.
They are kind of depressing. I think that's the thing we found out too. That when we're watching them, it just has a different spin on it. Than maybe when I saw it as a kid or whatever.
Well, I really like Jingle All the Way, but he spends the entire Christmas Eve trying to get the gift that he should have bought earlier, and then he doesn't.
He realizes he doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Caveman Movies and More said, speaking of Cusack, Grifters is coming to Criterion in January, which is on my list too. I haven't done my Criterion sale haul yet from Barnes and Noble, but you'll see in the vlog next week we did a trip to Barnes and Noble. So you'll see that in the vlog next week.
Comment you can't.
Sorry, did I miss?
Out loud. Don't read that one out loud.
Oh, okay.
It's a secret.
Oh no! What? We can't say anything.
We won't say anything.
We won't say anything. The movie. We just read your comment. We won't say anything.
I think that's a great gift. Unfortunately,
are we going to get that?
There's anyone on my list aside from ourselves.
You could get it for me if you want.
Isn't it?
But then I don't know. I don't know. I have to look. I'm not sure.
Looked.
I'm not sure about that, but
it's funny because you got me the DVD set for Christmas.
I got you the DVD set when we first met. I got you the Friends DVD set, but this is the first time we've watched it all the way through.
It's not that bad.
It's not too bad. Yeah. Petey said, I see Warner Archive is releasing complete series of Cheyenne in a month or two. I really love what Warner Archive is doing. Or if you follow Warner Archive on Facebook, let's say, it's Warner Classics. Warner Classics. You know, it's so great to see physical media getting this kind of resurgence. I think even more than, you know, a few years ago, they were talking about how physical media is done and everybody's doing streaming and stuff like that. And then people realized that the streaming cost is going up month to month. And all we've been doing is really more canceling our streaming. So I think we've reduced our cost on streaming services.
Well, I'm sure we've talked about it a few times, but I'll talk about it again.
Talk about it all you want.
Well,
it's a live stream.
The problem with streaming services sometimes is like the expense to have the streaming service every month. Like I'll use The Walking Dead as the example. It cost what? It was on Netflix. It'll cost $20 to $25 a month to watch The Walking Dead, but we got the whole series
for like $50.
For like $50, and we couldn't watch, and we watched that for like 8 months. So like you can't watch the whole series for the cost that it is to stream. You know, it's cheaper to buy a digital copy or to buy a physical copy than it is to watch 8 months worth of a show at $20 a month.
That's true. Even though at some point I feel like maintaining your digital copy is going to cost as well, right? So if you have like Fandango at home or Amazon and you're maintaining your physical media copy there, or you're maintaining your digital copies there.
Right. They might try
I think at some point they're going to try, and that's what people are concerned with, I think.
I mean, and I get that, but if you pay the right amount to save some from streaming, we still have like recouped our money from having the streaming service or having the copy on our own, you know, Fandango than borrowing it from a different streaming service for more. So even if they charged you later and you're like, no, I'm not going to pay for that, you kind of gotten your money out of it by buying the digital earlier.
Yeah. Versus
like watching it on streaming and then, you know, you're halfway through a series and then it leaves.
Look at how much is snowing out there.
Oh my goodness.
We'll put a photo on Instagram later. You can see how much it was snowing during the snow day chat, which is what we thought might happen.
Yeah.
Terry said, I have a lot of review copies of movies on their way, including Eyes Without a Face on 4K. I haven't seen that, but I think this year I've bought a lot less. I think I'm focusing on watching and studying more than I am on actually collecting, but I'll probably get back to it. Like I said, the Capra set is at the top of my list, maybe Friends on 4K, but don't tell movie addicts why we can't. Don't mention that.
Okay.
Oh, did I just mention? Oh, sorry.
I feel like part of it is that we kind of need to reorganize the whole collection.
Well, I think next year what we were looking at in the shelves, if you've seen our shelves,
maybe we'll put this in we'll
have this in the vlog,
for the vlog after this, so you can see it. But
there's just a space in the shelves. I feel like we could make a special space for more films. I think.
Yeah, right now the shelves are kind of configured for DVDs, which are taller than Blu-rays, and so we're thinking about moving the shelf line so you have more rows for Blu-rays and less rows for DVDs, and then there'll be more room for films. And right now the shelves, there's room, but they look full. So if we reorganize, they're going to look maybe less full, and then you'll have room for more
other things. Or we thought about maybe a TV shelf, because I moved a lot of the TV to another shelf that I have not with the main collection or whatever. Andrew said Criterion Channel is enough for me. Thanks so much to Caveman Movies and More. 17 watching, only 7 likes. That's okay. That's all right. If maybe people are watching in different places. You never know.
They're doing a work.
You can't also smash the like button all the Yeah. What is it? A
on
work
Twitch,
alert?
It's called a work alert.
A work alert. So you have like a tab open on YouTube.
Hi, how are you? I'm gonna go to work alert, and you're listening, but you're not commenting.
You're not commenting, which is totally fine. Do whatever you like to do. But thank you for mentioning that, Caveman Movies and More. And Miss Caveman. Mrs. Dave.
That's right. Ms. Caveman.
Ms. Caveman. So anyway, there's lots to... Oh, we should show another one. This is another one that I'm going to watch probably pretty soon that I always watch. Also kind of a sad one. Miracle on 34th Street, the original version. Not the colorized. Don't watch the colorized. I'm not going to say don't watch. You can watch the colorized if you want. I just don't usually watch the colorized version because I'm familiar more with the...
Yeah.
And of course you have Natalie Wood there and Edmund Gwen. Which I always, Maureen O'Hara, Edmund Gwen, of course, is the Santa.
He's great.
Yeah, he's really great. And I always follow his advice. I feel like the cold air makes my beard grow. That was one of the questions, I think, in the movie. how does your beard get so long or something like that. I forget what it was, but he just keeps you keep this part of the beard outside the blankets, and the cold air makes it grow. Clearly,
Yeah.
But this has audio. This has an audio commentary. This is the Blu-ray, the AMC Backstory, Miracle on 34th Street, and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Floating in History featurette, and some other stuff. But this is a good one. I don't think I've seen the new version, but maybe the new version is good. I don't know.
I think it's okay.
Oh, Looking for Mr. Goodbar, the 4K, the Triple J set. I was really interested in that, although I couldn't justify paying $50 for a movie. It was really hard for me to. I would love to see that movie, and I'm sure I saw it years ago. But it's nice that movie got released. I just sometimes really have a hard time if it's really expensive. I'd rather kind of spread my funds out for multiple movies, because for me anyway, I love the artwork. I love how these things are presented. But for me, I want the movie. I want the content, really, more than anything else.
Sorry, speaking of colorized versions that we don't watch.
Oh yeah, this one has a colorized version that we don't watch, right? This is It's a Wonderful Life, of course, which again, not everybody likes this movie. I still like it. I think there's some great things about it. I love the performances from Jimmy Stewart and everyone else in the movie that I can't remember. Lionel Barrymore, of course, and I can't remember. Why can't I see?
Because the text is a little bit weird.
I know the text is really small, so I can't see. But anyway, this is Donna Reed right on the front. Donna Reed right there. James Stewart. This is the 4K, and I have multiple versions of this one. I've loved this one. My mom loved this movie too, so that was one of the reasons that I started to watch it and really like it. So. But yeah, we don't watch the colorized version of those either, right?
No.
Yeah. Let me look at my notes, because I had some other things I wanted to talk about today. We were talking about our favorite episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens. We always quote that.
Oh yeah, the holiday.
Quote those things.
Episodes.
The holiday episodes. Does anyone have a favorite holiday episode of a TV show they like to watch? Look it up.
The snow is starting.
It's really coming down out there.
Oh my!
I'm glad we're not driving in that.
It's whiteout conditions.
Yeah. But anyway, because we're always quoting we watch these episodes over and over again. I'm sure King of Queens I've seen.
We watch what? It's called Better Camera.
Better Camera, which is a
Lou Ferrigno's in it.
Yeah, I love in King of Queens when they introduce Lou Ferrigno.
He's great.
Because he's the neighbor at one point, so they end up making a lot of Hulk jokes.
Yeah.
The 4K, the movie addict said the 4K of White Christmas looks pretty good.
Do we have that one on streaming?
We don't have we might have it on streaming, but I didn't get the 4K on that. But
it's not a holiday episode, but I really like the one where Lou agrees to train Doug, and then he plays video games.
Because he wants to play video games all the time. This part of the live stream probably going to be very random, because we're talking about different our favorite episodes of the King of Queens and Everybody Loves Raymond. And also let us know too, what show you think we should watch next after Friends, because we have maybe 5 episodes left. We probably won't do The Office. We won't do Parks and Rec, because we've seen those too many times. But we'll have to think of some other show. We watched MASH.
We watched
a couple years ago.
Seinfeld.
We watched Seinfeld. So there's a lot that we've seen.
Yeah. It's usually like a half an hour show. We don't really watch like dramas for lunch.
I love the Christmas episode of the Andy Griffith Show, and I also watched Night of the Meek Twilight Zone episode. I didn't know something here, but where we live, Rod Serling, I guess, grew up around here, which I didn't realize. Sort of, yeah. Kind of close by, because we saw there was a statue of him.
Oh, yeah.
The Raymond episode with the engraved toaster. That's hilarious. That's so funny. We love that one.
So funny.
Where they return the episode. I love when Frank goes into the big warehouse and it's all the toasters.
Yeah.
But then Marie's already found the toaster, right? And they try to, and they take it back.
Yeah. They return the coffee maker with the grounds still in it. Yeah.
And Ray gets so upset about, we put an engraving on that was, from our love, from our family, right? I forget what he says, but
he's like, we gave you you returned the toaster with the name of your grandchildren on it.
And their love,
yeah.
Right?
And then like I like that in the beginning, they give one to Deborah's parents too, and she wrapped it in silver foil, and he's like, "You gave away it's a silver toaster."
Doesn't Robert Culp play Robert Culp plays Deborah's
dad?
Yeah. And they have a bunch of funny episodes too. We were just watching the Halloween episode too, where Peter Boyle plays Frankenstein, which of course he was in Young Frankenstein and many other movies too.
It's great.
So if you watch it from with that perspective, it's kind of fun.
Also, isn't there a Thanksgiving episode where Deborah's parents like get back together?
Is there?
I thought there was one where like they're splitting up and they are trying to keep it from everyone, and then there's another one where I think they come to visit for Christmas and then they end up like sneaking into the room, like they get back together, but they're not back together.
Oh yeah, maybe Oh, that's right. Yeah. I mean, there's so many great episodes, right? There's the other King of Queens where they're doing the Christmas gifts, or they're doing holiday gifts and stuff, and Doug's interested in the the Mentolo, which is kind of
and
so
the Cruise and the leather jacket.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good one too. But I think I don't know, Better Camera we put on all the time, and we always we're going back and forth between King of Queens now and Everybody Loves Raymond, but
right.
The Lee and Stan episode with Everybody Loves Raymond too, where they're doing
they have to do like
a skit
for the night.
They do the skit, yeah.
They do the skit.
Funny. Yeah. There's lots of great ones. Northern Exposure is good. Andrew said Northern Exposure is good. I haven't seen that. Show, but is that a comedy show? Northern Exposure? I thought it was a little serious as well.
I don't know,
but I could be wrong. Boy, the time just flies by. It's been an hour already. I think we'll just keep going. Should we just keep going?
Yeah, why not?
Until it's time for lunch here?
Yeah.
I don't know what time.
It's a comedy drama.
Terry said, I was given the Murakami and Wise Xmas specials from the 1970s by a subscriber. Great comedy from the UK. Well, that sounds great too. I love anything from the 70s. That's the other thing too. I think over the winter, I'm either going to be watching like Aki Kaurismäki films or movies from the 70s.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little more in the holiday spirit. Are you?
It helps when it snows.
Yeah, it's snowing out. It's cold. But let us know what other questions you have. Let's see what else is on my notes. We had so much fun today, I have to say. So we always play the New York Times. We play the New York Times games, and so we play usually the Wordle connections and the mini crossword puzzle. We do that every day usually.
Yeah.
Mostly to keep my brain moving, keep the brain active kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so today, obviously we're not going to give this away if you play these games, but we decided to film the connections. We had done this once again on the vlog, before, because it was all pictures.
Today was pictures.
And if you've done the connections, if you're doing connections, it was all pictures, and we solved it live. There's going to be no edits. This will be in the vlog next week. I know, exciting content for the vlog.
Yeah.
But we had so much fun doing that. I'm hoping it'll be entertaining, because we had a fun time doing that.
We recorded another time because I think it was all
movie related.
Like film titles and characters and things like that.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
But today, I don't know, it took us a long time to solve it. I got really nervous too when we were filming it, because I really wanted to complete it. I didn't want to. I thought we weren't going to get it, because it wasn't that confusing, but you can see us solve it real time. It takes us a while to solve it.
And it ends funny.
It ends funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But let us know what you have planned for the rest of the year. Are you going to travel anywhere? As you know, we rarely leave the house, but
there's a thing with a lot of readers where they do a thing called 10 to the end. So it's like the last 10 books they want to read before the end of the year. So there are any films that anyone's trying to get to before the year changes.
Yeah. Are you going to do that?
I mean, no.
I finished my reading goal already this year, so I feel like I have a head start on next year. So
yeah,
we're both using a story graph, which is a way to. The last time it snowed here was probably during the last ice age. That's what Terry said. No snow. We're getting a lot of snow right now. So
But it's been doing this thing where it snows a lot, and then
And then
it'll all melt, and then it'll rain, and
But
then it'll
then
snow a lot. Like
I feel like
now,
the
and
wind,
then-
though, the wind really gets out. Like sometimes you just cannot see. It's not safe to drive on the roads sometimes, right?
like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we watching this morning? We regularly watch a channel called the Tim Tracker, which we enjoy. And they were talking about, what was that? The movie addict said it would take me all year to read 10 books. I think I read 23 books this past year.
Yeah.
23 books. But I think next year my goal is going to be more like 30. I feel like.
I read a lot.
You read a lot more. You read a lot more than I
books.
do.
Should I say how many books I read?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
So far, I've read 126 books.
126 books. Wow.
Yeah, I think my goal next year is going to be about 50. So I can give myself a little more space to read bigger books or take.
I like to set myself up so I can exceed my goal.
Although I do have to say that 32 of the books were the Walking Dead volumes, the graphic novel volumes, that I read as we watched the show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like
but those count. Those count.
Yeah. But like this year felt like it was so fast, and yet watching The Walking Dead feels like so long ago.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because we ended it in August.
Yeah, I think we started watching in February too, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I want to say once again, I hope the movie addict, I hope you get better soon, because I'm worried now. Maybe leave us a comment. Let us know that you're feeling better.
Yeah.
If you can, on this video or on any video.
Or in the community.
Whatever, wherever you want to leave it. But I hope you get well soon.
We also like to track our first movies of the year. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess I could look right now and see what we watched this year.
What did we watch? Yeah.
It's in my book, I think.
We're checking now. I can show this movie while you're checking that too. I think maybe it was close to this movie. The Holdovers we're going to watch again, I think, this year, because we really. I love how it says discomfort and joy. Discomfort and joy. I really like this movie. I thought it was this is one of my favorites now. It's in the holiday section. And so I think we'll probably watch this one again.
But didn't the director say that he doesn't want it to be like
a holiday movie? Yeah. But I mean,
movie?
you can watch whenever you want. We can watch it, watch during the summer.
This is like the right time of year to watch it, but don't assume it's a Christmas
It's not,
movie,
yeah, exactly.
Really. The first movie of 2024 was Win-Win.
Win-Win. Oh, Paul Giamatti. I was talking about Paul Giamatti right there.
Yeah.
I love Paul Giamatti. He's got another movie called Cold Souls, which I really like a lot. And what was the other one that Win-Win, but also Sideways, I guess, is another one.
Is it he had
the movie addict said, do the books that come with the movies count? Sure. Why not?
I mean, you
do whatever you want. Yeah. B-Dubs Movie Club said, do you guys use Letterboxd to track movies? I use Letterboxd. You are recent to Letterboxd.
I sometimes do.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it. And if they follow your account, they'll see, like, most of my movies I see with you.
Yeah,
so you put them on Letterboxd, and then if I really truly watched the movie, I'll put it on my Letterboxd, but I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, and just so you know, my Letterboxd link is in all the videos. And so you can follow me. I'll follow you back, obviously, because I love to see what other people are watching and what they're reviewing. And I started to do some short reviews. I'm putting together a list of my favorite movies of 2024, which is pretty rare for me because I watch a lot of old movies. But this year I was trying to find 10 movies that I can recommend from this year. And I'm not going to see everything. Not everything is available for us to see here. And so it's not going to be a comprehensive list of the best movies of 2024, but it'll be my favorite movies, the ones I've seen. But of course, I'm going to miss something there too, right? I'm not going to be.
Oh, yeah.
But Terry said I used Letterboxd just to track my numbers of movie watched. I wouldn't review there because there's no way to monetize it. That makes sense. I just do it. I
use it for kind of like notes and like overall feelings. Sort of
yeah, I usually put just my overall I'll give it a star rating. I wish there were 10 stars, but I guess I guess if there's 5 stars, a half a star could count as you know what I mean?
So
You could do like,
because you can do halves.
you could do halves. Yeah. So feel free to follow me on there. And one of my favorite movies, I'll tell you right now, which I talked about in the vlog of the year, is The Fall Guy. I really enjoyed that reboot of The Fall Guy. I think because we were in the mood for it.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a great little romantic comedy. There's a lot of cool action in it. It maybe is a little bit long, but I feel like it's people talk about long and short movies. I like a shorter movie just because I feel like an hour and a half is easy to get through for me. But if it's 2 hours and 40 minutes or whatever,
2 hours and 26 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we did okay with it. But we watched it in a couple of different, like we watched an hour of it and then we take a break.
Yeah.
And then, but I like The Fall Guy. I thought it was really good. But part of it is if you're in the mood for it, right? Sometimes we're not in the mood for those types of movies, so we don't. We tried to watch the new Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah, wasn't a fan.
We didn't, but maybe we'd watch it again another day and say, "Oh, this is pretty good." But for right now, we didn't particularly like it. B-Dub's Movie Hub says, I post more reviews there, but starting doing the same here on YouTube. I'm nowhere near being monetized, though. Keep going. The one thing I would say about YouTube is, and I'm not an expert in this, of course, and I have a small channel, but consistency, YouTube rewards consistency. I think that's one thing I learned early on.
Was it from Peter?
From Ordinary Adventures. That's one of the pieces of advice I saw. If you follow Ordinary Adventures, which is a big channel, YouTube really, to me anyway, rewards consistency. So if you're making videos like once a week or a couple times a week, your channel will grow. That's what I think. And you're making interesting videos, interesting content. Just keep going. That's. I'm not really one to give advice, but I feel like that's something we learned. But and of course, if it's fun for you, the thing is, make videos that are fun for you and just be consistent. That's the way to do it, right? And
I think also it's really easy to get caught up in like the numbers game.
Yeah.
But like, there's 15 people right now. In here at the live stream, if we were in a room with those 15 people, it would feel like a lot.
That's a lot of people.
So I think sometimes you gotta. Not focus quite so much on how many views and likes and all that stuff, and just have a good time with it.
Just have a good time, enjoy what you do. I mean, I'm so thankful and so appreciative of anyone who watches a video. I know how busy people are. I know that everybody has a different kind of life, but hopefully, I'm again very thankful for anybody that comes to a live stream or comments or asks a question or participates in any way, because social media these days, there's so many things to look at, so many things to take your attention. So I'm really appreciative of it. But
also, it's easy to get caught up in the fact that maybe a video didn't do so well right away, but some videos will just take off later. Like there's videos we have, and I'm like, what? You're like, oh, this video got, this one's at this many likes or this many views. And I'm like, that video from 4 years ago is the one everybody's watching.
Which is
so
surprising.
As much as it's hard, getting 100 or 200 views on a video, sometimes it feels like, oh, I really like that one. I thought more people would. Over time, the videos end up getting a lot of likes. Like the Tarkovsky videos, the quality we have is really not that good. It's from like 4 years ago, but people are still watching them, and that's nice.
Yeah. And Terry has some good comments here too. Passion is important in YouTube and building the community. I also love the learning curve of editing. Jesse does a great job editing, and we will sit together and watch videos, especially the vlog, because we're deciding on content and everything like that. YouTube is a long game. I totally agree with that. That's great advice. Support other channels as well, right? I mean, I regularly watch YouTube. Join another live stream, show support for other channels and leave a comment. Anytime I watch a video, usually I will leave a comment on it and say something, positive, because it's hard to make content. I have a lot of respect for people that have the courage to make some content. It's not easy to do. I feel like, a lot of people think maybe it's easy to do, but there's certain challenges with it. You have to be in the right, mindset to do it. like I said, Terry has a great channel. I love Terry's channel. I love when I get a chance to catch a live stream too, because of course Terry's in Australia, and so maybe I'll watch it on a replay. But show that support wherever you can. It's not easy to do, and people are giving their time, and I know everyone here is giving their time too. So,
Right.
But also, like we said, do what's fun for you.
Right.
Don't try to compete. I don't really compete with the other channels that just are showing everything they got. Because I go through phases of sometimes I'll get a lot of things, sometimes I'll get more movies, but my collection in particular, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people that get a lot of things, is a very curated collection. I have a very curated collection. So I'm always going through it, looking for upgrades, looking for places I can fill in gaps, for directors and things like that. But that's just that's the way I buy movies. But however you do it, whatever you like, share the love for anything. If you like to collect 4Ks, then show all your 4Ks as much as you can,
Yeah.
But anyway, what were you talking about?
Just YouTube in general.
Yeah. But I like what you said too about, you really don't pay that much attention to all the analytics that go along with it. I mean, some videos, I know I was going to mention too, one video I did, and I was really health-wise not in a very good place. And it's one of the most popular videos on the channel. And I was so sick during that.
I felt
terrible during this video. And it's one of the most popular. And I thought this video is not really going to do that well at all. And, when we did
that also happened with the Jaws, the full Jaws collection video. I remember we put, some good effort into that video. And I think part of it, you can see the whole collection on the floor and it's a big thing.
Yeah.
But then for the thumbnail, we chose a thumbnail that has 3 things in it. And I was like, that was so silly.
You're talking about the Jaws video, yeah.
And I was
which
like,
we were
makes
kind
your
of
collection look so tiny because it's just 3 things. And that video really took off. And I was like, wow, I know nothing about YouTube. Because
well, I mean, you never know what the algorithm is going to do and things like that. I just feel like, you really can't predict that. So if you're in the mood to talk about anything, I have no illusion that anyone necessarily will care about Columbo, but I love Columbo.
Right.
So I feel like if I want to talk about Columbo and make a video about it, I like also what the Movie Addict said too. I specifically look for channels that are small and leave comments and thumbs up. That is a great practice because give people support. I think people get discouraged. Groucho Marx, when we're watching, what are we watching that?
You Bet Your Life.
You Bet Your Life. We watch, old episodes of You Bet Your Life, and Groucho Marx, when people are struggling with a question, he says, don't get discouraged.
Don't be discouraged.
Yeah, don't be discouraged, right? So you can't, I know it's easy to get discouraged sometimes, but just keep going. That's the thing you got to do most, is keep going. If you're passionate about movies or guitar playing or whatever it is, share the love for that. And it definitely comes through. And, I like, again, what the Movie Addict said, look for channels that are small, leave comments, be supportive if you can be. There's so many people not being supportive on the internet a lot of times. And I feel like
the thing on the internet sometimes is that it's easy to feel like you're competitors, but you're not.
It's just a community, right? It's a community that
you can watch more than one person. You can subscribe to more than one channel. You can watch more than one person's content. You're not competing with each other as much as you think you are.
Exactly,
because if a new movie comes out, if Dune 2 comes out and everybody's talking about Dune 2, I want to hear what everybody has to say about it. It's not, I watched one person's video about Dune 2 and that's all I need to know and I move on with my life. No, I want to see what all my friends think of the movie. So
exactly.
It's easy to think, oh, this person did that, I shouldn't talk about that movie because that person did. But people want to hear what you have to say, not just hear that a movie exists.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of different channels, like I'll often go to Terry's channel to see what he thinks about a certain movie. If I see something that he's looking at, I go, I really want to know what he thinks about it. These people to me are my friend. I feel like they're my friends. I know not everyone on the internet is your friend. I get that. But I feel like for some channels, that's the place I go to try to, see if maybe I would like that movie, or maybe I would like that TV show. Maybe I should try that movie or that TV show. I'll often say, oh, this was really interesting. There's a few review channels that are smaller channels that I'll go to see if maybe I would like that movie, And I don't really do reviews either, but I'm trying to do, a few more things like on Letterboxd. It's more about me practicing writing a review because I'm very, I respond to films in a different way maybe than others do. It's hard to really talk about like the look of a film
Right.
or something that I respond to just inherently that maybe others might not respond to. But a lot of times I'll respond to the music or the atmosphere of the movie, and it's hard to, all the time put that in words,
Right.
Um, yeah, I really appreciate all the great thoughts and comments here too. Cooperation is a much better indicator of civilization than competition. I totally agree with that. I see myself as cooperating with the YouTube movie review community. Terry, thanks for the kind words too there. The movie addict said, I bought the Laurel and Hardy Year 2 because of your channel. I'm only going to talk about things that I like, or I'm going to give my honest opinion on things, even if someone sends me a review copy, which doesn't happen that often. But I'm going to share my honest thoughts about it. And I truly think those Laurel and Hardy Blu-rays, of all the work that Flicker Alley and Blackhawk Films did, hopefully that's the right name of the film company, but Flicker Alley for sure, they spent a lot of effort restoring those old shorts, which maybe we won't be able to see anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a streaming service, you're not going to see exclusive Laurel and Hardy content that's been restored. And I have so much respect for companies that spend time restoring and supporting film in that way. And those companies need support too,
Right.
I know this is a bit of a rant, but at the same time, I feel like it's really important to anyone that's listening, or if you're watching this later, if you've got a small channel you want to start on YouTube, just be kind to yourself and make the content that you like, and eventually things will grow. And maybe they won't grow to the level that you think of, because that's the other thing too. You realize, I get to this many subscribers, you're only going to want to get to the next level after that, right? So just be happy. I'm always happy with anybody that subscribes or anybody that comments. Doesn't really matter so much about the numbers, but
right. Well, and talking about film is nice because people discover different things at different times. You might discover a director from decades ago, but it's new to you. So it's nice when people are talking about all sorts of films. Like you're talking about Laurel and Hardy, Year 2. That's like, way early in film history, but it's really great right now too.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I feel like our approach more is about this exists. Maybe you're interested in it. I'm interested in it. I want to share. Maybe,
you want to share that.
Maybe you'll be interested in it too.
Exactly.
We don't know, because there's so many things coming out that you can totally miss. A new release or something from before, and if you don't talk about it, then people might not know it's there.
Yeah, and I could through this thing too, where this is why I was really trying to this year find movies that I like from this year, because I feel like there's less and less that I'm enjoying. I love older films, and I love different types of films and TV shows than maybe everyone else does. But I want to like those things, right? I want to, you and I, when we try a new movie, we really want to like it. Sometimes we don't,
Yeah.
Terry said we also have to be the honest dealers when we review, no puff pieces, right? Yeah, just be honest about it if you like it. We're not trying to get people to go to the theater or get people to buy the 4K or whatever. I know some channels do that. But for me, I'm just trying to share what I liked about the movie, or I love the Criterion Collection. So I'm going to share my love for the Criterion Collection. I think, again, it's another company that does great work in terms of restoring, releasing classic films. By the way, I was reading about the news on the Criterion Collection about the French Connection 4K.
Oh, yeah.
That apparently seems to be maybe coming out next year. I have no concrete knowledge of this, but I've heard that the French Connection 4K will be coming out. I know there's a big scramble to get the French Connection on Blu-ray because of the edited scenes that they had. This was maybe a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about, will it be edited or will it be original?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's not going to be edited, but who knows?
I also wanted to talk about TCM is getting better on Max, right?
Yeah, you're right. We were just reading that TCM, if you like Turner Classic Movies, I guess they're going to expand the TCM hub on Max or HBO. And that seemed really cool too. They're going to do more curated. They're not going to have the exclusive content that you might see on TCM, because I like, for TCM, Turner Classic Movies, I like the hosts.
Yeah.
And when they have the different conversations for things.
Can I talk about TCM for a second?
Oh yeah. Do it.
So TCM is a cable channel, right? And it is a unique cable channel in that the only advertising on TCM is for TCM products.
Oh, that's
they have
true.
like
You're
a
right.
TCM Cruise, they have TCM Wine Club, but all the advertising on TCM is for themselves, which made it a great channel when we had cable because you don't have to listen to drug ads and buy this and buy that. It was just TCM. So a lot of directors love putting TCM on their house in their house like 24/7 because it's just film all the time. And then because they don't advertise, there's usually a little like 2 to 5 minute introduction to the film.
Yeah.
With a host, right? There's a host for Noir Alley. There's all sorts of hosts. Ben Mankiewicz is one of the main hosts of the channel, and sometimes they have guests that might curate films, like Mario Cantone would do. This does like Friday night.
They were doing like a Halloween type thing, in
October. Wow. So like those things are great. So while the TCM hub on Max won't have those little interviews and those little ads, at least we can watch the films that they celebrate on their channel.
Yeah.
And every month they have like in the summer they have like Summer Under the Stars where they have like different celebrities that they highlight for for their films for the month. They have like People of the Month. They have like sometimes they'll show like Oscar winners. Like they have a lot of like themed films. It's not just like random films on their channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I wish there were more. I wish they, maybe they will include some of those.
They did some like rebranding this year. Like they did some new sets,
like the sets were different,
and things to try and get a younger audience. But I think they just really struggle because most people don't have cable television, and they kind of need an app. They kind of need a streaming service. So maybe we can hope. Maybe Max will eventually
absorb those shows because like Noir Alley is really good.
And, provide the live channel. So you can watch TCM.
That would be great. I mean,
I think it is on like Sling TV or something. There's a couple of streaming services you can get the channel, but it's kind of tricky. Like they need like a mainstream, streaming service to pick them up.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was good news. I mean, any good news related to talking about movies or having another service that has classic films, I think is really great. I was just happy to see that they're going to have like a theme, kind of like Criterion Channel has for the month, where they have different features and things like that. I thought that was kind of a cool idea where they're going to curate some films or say like January is Cary Grant month or something like that, and then show like some features like that. I think that's a good idea. And, I know when we had TCM, we would have it on sometimes during the day, and it was a lot of fun to just have, whatever's coming on.
Yeah.
Or like they had a Peter Sellers Day too, I think.
Yeah.
On TCM, right?
And we kind of got a similar feeling with the Universal Monsters channel.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It does have ads, but it's nice to just have like an atmosphere.
It was just nice to have it. We watched so many films too when they had the on the Universal Monsters channel, right? That we hadn't seen before, and then they moved all that content to another. Like to Peacock October, or whatever, all the films got dispersed to like Criterion and Peacock and other streaming services, and then it all came back after October was over. Did you notice that we started with the silliness and we're sort of ending on kind of a serious note? Not really a serious note, but like it's getting all the coffee energy is gone. Yeah. Any final questions before we end the live stream today? Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. On this snow day, what turned out to be a real snow day here, still coming down. I'll have some pictures maybe on my Instagram. You can see what the snow looks like here. It's really, it's nice. The winter's nice because I get to watch some quieter films and, focus on things because we can't go outside all the time. But I hope everybody's having a great week. It's almost the end of the week. We are doing another live stream on the 21st. Yeah. Terry, hope you have a great holiday season, everyone. Stay warm, definitely. Stay cool. Terry, where you're at, stay cool.
That's right.
Terry's always cool, but you know what I'm saying. If it's 100 degrees, you gotta have a t-shirt on, right?
Yeah.
We will be doing a live stream, like I said, a holiday special on December the 21st, and I'll have the thumbnail up pretty soon, probably on the weekend, so you can put on your notification for that. B-Dubs Movie Hub said, "Happy holidays, everyone! Happy holidays! We'll be back doing this again, like I said, on December 21st. We'll also have a weekly vlog. Let us know too. You can watch the weekly vlog and see kind of things that are happening real time if you're interested in that. Of course." of course, I'm still going to be doing haul videos and
Yeah.
other types of videos.
And I feel like maybe next year maybe we could do like one live stream a month.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll do a regular live stream again. We're thinking about that, but always open to suggestions. Movie Addict said, "Thanks for the bright spot in the day. We hope you feel better, Movie Addict. Please take care of yourself. Hope you feel better. Hope everyone feels okay. I know this is a tough time of year sometimes." And anything else you wanted to say?
I don't think so.
Made it to an hour and a half.
You lost your voice.
Did I lose my voice? Is it going?
So.
Is my voice going? Oh no! What am I going to do?
I don't know.
You're happy because I can, be quiet later.
Oh
no! I'm just waiting that 30 seconds until the end so we can see it go to an hour and a half.
Minutes.
I think this was pretty long. I wasn't expecting to go 90 minutes. I guess the coffee lasted that long, so we were able to go 90 minutes.
That's right.
Seriously though, thanks to everyone for joining us today. If you're watching this on replay, leave us a comment, ask a question, and we'll be back very soon. More content on the channel, more things coming. I think my Criterion Haul video will be up soon, probably maybe this week or early next week. We'll see. I didn't really order that much, but we'll have something up there very soon. Thanks to everyone, and we'll talk to you very, very soon.